After falling short in the playoffs for the second straight season, the Baltimore Ravens find themselves with more questions than answers. And while they have one of the more dynamic players in the NFL, one of the more revolutionary players in the history of the game, one of the more valuable pieces at the quarterback position, and a player who is still only 28 years of age at the quarterback position under contract, the narrative, the slander, the questions remain. And the test is still incomplete for one Lamar Jackson. And it's begged me to ask the question as a Ravens fan: will Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl with this roster, with this franchise, with this organization? Make sure, if you're new to the program, subscribe. Leave a like down below. I know we're all disappointed. We're all feeling it. You hear red skies in the background. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Can Lamar win the Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens? What changes need to take place? What does he need? Does he need something else? What can he do to change the narrative in the playoffs? I want to hear from you. Subscribe, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let's get into it. Will Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens? That is a question I'm asking today after their 27-25 defeat to the Buffalo Bills in the AFC divisional round. Now, as we look at Lamar Jackson in the playoffs, we know he is a potential 3-time MVP, with the third one coming Super Bowl weekend with the NFL honors. Looking at Lamar Jackson again, what is Lamar Jackson going to be able to do in the playoffs? I don't care about the MVP awards. He could throw for 5,000 yards. He could rush for 2,000 yards. He puts up the great stats. He puts up the great numbers. He is a Ferrari. He is a nuclear weapon. He is an alien in the regular season. But the numbers are the numbers, and this is what people are going to paint with moving forward. 3-5 in the playoffs, 61% completion percentage, 219.1 passing yards per game, 80.1 rushing yards, 13 touchdowns, but 11 turnovers. So interceptions, fumbles combined. Passer rating 84.6, and has not won multiple playoff games in the season. Today, Lamar was balling. Lamar came out, 8 plays, 73-yard touchdown. The Bills, they come and get a touchdown drive. Lamar throws an interception on the second play of the drive. Then, next drive, 9 plays, 54 yards. He fumbles. And this is at the Buffalo 28. They're going to get at least 3. He fumbles. Buffalo returns it to the Baltimore 24. They end up with a touchdown. Then he leads a 9-play, 57-yard field goal drive. Then the end of the half, 1 play, he kneels. Then he comes out. Defense gets a stop. Second half, field goal, 9 plays, 35 yards. Touchdown, 7 plays, 80 yards. He fumbles, which was the throw to Andrews. That was the Andrews fumble. We'll get to Andrews in a second. They were going down to score. They were on the 44. And they were going into field goal range. They were probably going to score another touchdown. Then we know the fabled 8-play, 88-yard drive, 2-minute warning, 2-minute drill, 2-minute offense. And then he takes some 88 yards. No Rashad Bateman. We know Zay Flowers is out for the season, basically, because now the season is over, but he was out for this game. Lamar Jackson conducts and orchestrates an 88-yard, beautiful, masterful drive. You see a pass to Tylan Wallace. You see passes to Justice Hill. You've seen even a pass to, of course, Isaiah Likely for the touchdown. Mark Andrews made a play on that drive as well. It's frustrating, and it has to be for Lamar Jackson, because unfortunately, while this game isn't all Mark Andrews' fault, despite Lamar's miscues, they had a chance to win. If Mark Andrews doesn't fumble that ball, if Mark Andrews catches that football, this team has a chance to win this football game. But when you lose a turnover battle, when you lose a turnover margin, when you give away opportunities after opportunities, you saw it with Detroit and the Commanders last night. They were the better team, but turnovers and putting your team or your defense in short yardage opportunities, a shorter field, or giving up points on a turnover is detrimental. It's detrimental and it changes your game plan and it makes you have to play from behind. Now the 2018 and 2024 Ravens, basically since Lamar has been in as the starter, joined the 1995 to 2005 Colts with Peyton Manning as the only other team in NFL history with 80 wins in a season over a 7-year span without reaching a Super Bowl. If you want to have a glass half full type of thing, the good news for the Ravens, the Colts finally broke through and won a Super Bowl the following season. Now, we're hearing the comparison between Lamar and Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning didn't win one till when? Year 9. Year 7, he had the same record as Lamar, 3-5. Year 8, he goes 0-1, loses his first game. Then year 9, comes back, wins the Super Bowl. Could that be his fate? That puts Lamar at what? 30 years of age, 31 years of age? I don't know. But this stat also stuck out to me. The Ravens have not won a game when trailing by 10 or more points at the half in the Lamar Jackson era, 0-9. I honestly thought the game was not over when it was the halftime score of 21-10. I thought even with Buffalo getting the ball at half, I said if the Ravens can get a stop, and the Ravens didn't punt all day, I said if the Ravens can get a stop, they're going to have a chance to go down and score. And as you see, the game went on. Buffalo couldn't consistently stop this offense. And without the miscues, and it wasn't even really a lot of penalties today. I think the Ravens had, 5 penalties? But nevertheless, seeing that stat, knowing that they couldn't close it out yet again, is alarming. 5 for 43, Buffalo only 1 for 10. And Josh Allen only threw for 127 yards, but doing what it takes to win. Not making the crucial mistake that he's been known to do prior in his career, changing the narrative, making the safe, sure play. You have to remember, the Colts may have won a championship. Yeah, Peyton Manning may have done this and done that. The AFC is not getting any easier. And we say this every year. Yes, the Ravens are one of the better teams year in and year out in the regular season, and they usually are a lock to win 10 or more games, make the playoffs. But it's not about what you do in the regular season. This team comes up short. Like we said in the post-game show today, they are the almost Ravens. They are the almost AFC champions. They are the almost Super Bowl appearance. They are the almost, we could have won a Super Bowl. You think about the Lee Evans drop, the Billy Cundiff miss. Mark Andrews dropped a 2-point conversion in Pittsburgh. Remember that a few years back? The miscues of anything that can go wrong. Mark Andrews hasn't fumbled in 4 years. He fumbles. Remember the Pittsburgh game. Derrick Henry had fumbled in over 300 or something carries. He fumbles on the first play of the game. Lamar Jackson hadn't had 2 or more turnovers all season. You got to be kidding me. These things just seem to poke their head up at the worst, most inopportune times. And honestly speaking, I'm going to be 100 with you. I thought the Ravens will beat the Bills in a tight game and they would lose to Kansas City next week in kind of the fashion that they maybe lost today on a 3-point spread. I do, because I thought the Chiefs, as you see, 17-0 in 1-score games. They are, only 1 loss in conference championships? All of them have been at home. They don't penalize themselves. They don't beat themselves. They don't turn the ball over. And that's going to be the key in the Buffalo and KC game, in my opinion. Which team makes that mistake? Which defense or which quarterback turns it over? Which defense makes a play? A strip sack, a fumble return, an interception, a big kickoff or punt return, a block kick. The Chiefs will find a way to win. They don't beat themselves. And not only do you have to beat them, you have to get out on them early and often. You have to build a sustainable lead and keep your foot pedal to the metal for 60 plus minutes and even overtime. But back to the Lamar narrative. Yes, I do think this team is going to be competitive, but a lot of questions are still need to be answered. Will Todd Monken be Lamar Jackson's offensive coordinator? Is this going to lead to T. Martin getting his opportunity? What does he bring to the table? That would be Lamar's 3rd offensive coordinator right there. What are we doing with left tackle? The offensive line was damn good this year. I think Lamar only got sacked once on Sunday night, I think. I mean, as you see this happy Martin Luther King Day, by the way, and happy Inauguration Day, Lamar was only sacked twice. He was sacked twice. So offensive line got better throughout the season. They were one of the more improved groups, and that was a question coming into the season. So do you bring back Ronnie Stanley? What is his price tag? He didn't get hurt. He played every game. He played at a very good, damn near all-pro level. What are we doing at the wide receiver position? I've been reluctant to say that they need another wide receiver, but looking at it today, you got Zay Flowers, and he's not the biggest receiver. What is his durability going to be moving forward? Can we count on him for 17 games? Rashad Bateman, he got injured. He had a great season, a great game, but can we count on him consistently to be healthy? He had 4 for 66. He really became the deep threat of this team, averaged 16.5 an attempt. Isaiah Likely, how much longer does he have with this team? Is his contract coming up? Is he a free agent? Mark Andrews, how much longer is he going to be here? We know he's under contract. I don't think he's going anywhere. Obviously, the team went and lifted him up and consoled him, but he's going to be here. So offensively, I really think they need to add another. I don't even want to say they need another weapon because they had this game tied up and they probably would have won. That's the thing. You could say they need another receiver. You could say they need this, they need that on offense. They don't need anything. They just need Lamar to make the layups, not turn the ball over and beat themselves, honestly. That's what it comes down to. The regular season and all of the wonderful showcases that you've had over the past few years, the Christmas Day showcase against the 49ers last year, against the Texans this year. You embarrassed the Steelers 2 times in the last month of the season. You beat the Bengals. You pretty much dominate them this season, beat them twice. But it's almost week 1, the toe. How about the 0-2 start, losing to Vegas at home, losing to Cleveland when you drop 4 or 5 interceptions, losing to Pittsburgh when all they did was kick field goals, miscues there. It's unacceptable. It is. Harbaugh has to take some accountability. Yes, he has to take some blame. I do agree. But I think this isn't on Harbaugh. He's not the one out there catching the football and running and not getting down or fumbling. He's not the one throwing interceptions. He's not the one dropping passes. He's not the one missing his reads and throwing interceptions like a punt when nobody in the area. Lamar Jackson, could he have done more with his legs? He only ran 6 times for 39 yards. I think he maybe could have taken off a few more times, but he decided to make a couple throws. It is what it is. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to be able to win the Super Bowl with the Ravens. I had a feeling this may have been the year, but then again, I had that feeling last year. And what did it get me? It got me disappointed. It got me heartbreak. It got me expecting the worst, praying for the best, but expecting the worst. Because even like I said, if they beat the Bills, which I thought they should have beaten the Bills, you don't turn the ball over 3 times. What is that? Buffalo gets what? 10 points? That's 10 points off of turnovers, a field goal and a touchdown. You're giving up a 10-point swing right there. So I don't know, man. 0-9, as I mentioned, 80 plus wins, no Super Bowls. 0-9 when trailing by 10 or more points in the 4th quarter. So second half, excuse me. So they got people talking about these types of things. Like you said, look, FanDuel, the number 1 sports book, they got Lamar Jackson up here. 3 fumbles in divisional round alone. And remember, when they played the Bills in 2021, lost 17-3, they were driving. It was 10-3. They were driving in the red zone, 3rd and goal. He throws a 101-yard pick 6 to Taron Johnson. Taron Johnson picks him off again tonight. And then that changed the whole momentum of the game. And that is ridiculous. This is his 4th career game where he's thrown an interception and lost a fumble. 0-3 in those games. You see kind of what happened there, what went downhill. It was just, it just sucks to see. It really sucks to see. Like I said, they're bringing up the benefits, but I can't hold my hat on that. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs aren't going anywhere. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills aren't going anywhere. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals, I feel like, are going to figure it out next year and years going forward. Oh yeah, CJ Stroud down in Houston, he ain't going nowhere either. This is just the AFC. This is just the AFC. Justin Herbert, he's still there in LA. They're not going to be any slouches. It's not going to be an easy road. You got Pittsburgh still in your own division. That's always a dogfight. Cleveland, like I said, you lost to them this year. That's never an easy game. That's never a gimme. I don't know. I don't know where this team goes from here. They have a lot of questions. I know they have a lot of pending free agents, a lot of guys who could be Washington. I mentioned Ronnie Stanley. What's going to happen with Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews dynamic? And this is Lamar Jackson being the favorite. And these are going to fall on the quarterback. They get more credit than they should. They get more blame than they should. 59 completion percentage, 3 touchdowns, 7 turnovers, 84.4 rating. That is terrible. I said in my keys, and we can go back through my keys to the game while we're sitting here because I got to break this down for you guys. And I hope you guys are enjoying the video. If you made it this far, thank you. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell. I won't take too much of your time, but I do want to look at the keys because look at it. Less than 5 penalties for the game. They had 5. Lamar be the best quarterback on the field. He was not. Josh Allen was. No turnovers. They turned the ball over 3 times. Derrick Henry, 20 carries. He only had 16. And anything less than 20, they usually lose. If it's not at least 19. No drops. They had multiple drops. Time of possession, I believe they lost time of possession. Let me see time of possession. Did they win time of possession? Possession, they lost it 31-44, 16. Well, so you can see as well. And then also with the, what else? Avoid third and longs. 5 or more big plays. They had some big plays. Keep Josh Allen in the pocket. I think they did a pretty good job keeping him in the pocket. I only think he ran for 30-something yards. Front 7 didn't dominate their offensive line. They had a couple good plays, but then they also had a few plays where they broke free. Contained James Cook. They contained him. I think they did a job against James Cook. Only 67 yards. I think they did a solid job. I say keep him under 80. They gave up some big plays, but nothing crazy. They didn't force a turnover. They didn't get off the field on third down consistently. What was the third down efficiency? They were 7 for 10. Buffalo was 5 for 11. So neither team, I mean, the Ravens really did better. And on fourth down, both 1 for 1. Buffalo had 59 total plays. Ravens, 416 total yards to 273. I can't even put this on the defense. It's the turnovers. And honestly, I gotta give Lamar at least 70%. I gotta give him at least 70%. I gotta give Andrews 20%, 25%. I gotta give him 25%. I'm not putting Harbaugh in the hot seat. I'm not getting rid of Harbaugh. I think this team needs to look themselves in the mirror. Lamar Jackson needs to look himself in the mirror because I honestly do not know what it's going to take for Lamar Jackson. You see him in AI renderings. Lamar Jackson basically going to turn in a James Harden. Is he turning into a Doc Rivers? Is he turning into an Aaron Judge or Joel Embiid, a great regular season player who can put up wonderful numbers and great stats in the playoffs? Maybe they may win a game. You can't win consecutive games. You look at 2019. That's for year 1. Okay. Then 2020, best record. You lose. Okay. 2021, you beat Tennessee. Okay, cool. Then you go to Buffalo and lose. All right, cool. 2024, we get back to it. You beat Houston in a divisional round, number 1 seed. We got Kansas City. We only give up 17 points. What is that? No points in the second half, and we lose 17-10. We can only score 10 points. I may or may not have tweaked my hammy. I still was not able to or not willing to run consistently. We lose. This year, you come back, you dominate Pittsburgh. I said it didn't really count. It was more like an exhibition game, honestly. We knew the Ravens were going to win. They could have beat them by more. Buffalo was a real test. That's when the playoffs started. They lose 27-25. So he has not won consecutive games in the postseason. Now 3-5. Now, like I said, they're going to have to stand by Andrews. They have no choice. He marked down the field, like I said, with Nelson Aguilar, with Tyler Wallace, with Anthony Andrews be the one who lets him. And it sucks because they're saying, Lamar went up to Mark Andrews and crying. Lamar Jackson, and we're talking, why didn't he get a foul for the unnecessary roughness when he was tackled out of bounds? We know Patrick Mahomes would have gotten one if that was him. And I'll probably pull up the play if I can. Let me see if I can find the player. As well, but It's not take it. You're in field goal range minimum. Down. Take it down. Just get down. Just fall down. Just get down. You can't have it. And I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I still think it would have been tough to go on the Arrowhead. The numbers today. Josh Allen and Jalen Hurts did just enough, didn't turn the ball over, made enough plays, and their teams are marching on. So there you have it. That shows you. That shows what the and this is going to be the narrative. And Mark Andrews, like Acho said in his tweet, pretty much because of your miscues, your drops, and it's the play I was talking about when he was tackled out of bounds. And I guess they were saying he initiated the tackle while they were in bounds. What it is, what it is. You live and learn. You live and learn. It is what it is. We know Lamar is kind of judging it, and however you want to it is what it is. We know what it is. It's going to be above Lamar, and that's how they're going to do it. Being 0-3 or 3-5 in the playoffs with the numbers, that's just not going to get it done. The MVPs are cute. These regular season rushing records, the 5,000 totals, it's okay. But when you don't win a Super Bowl, when you don't make it to a Super Bowl, you've been a favorite, and you play like this, you insert any quarterback, and I'm not just saying it because he's Lamar, but you insert any quarterback, put these numbers up. If Josh Allen had these numbers, would we be talking about that? No, Josh Allen, this is going to be a second AFC Championship game. He's going to have a chance to control his narrative and rewrite his story. Can you imagine if Josh Allen beats Patrick Mahomes and then maybe he goes to the Super Bowl and at least wins it? Oh my goodness. Even if he gets there. Because they're already saying he's better than Lamar. This is only going to add fuel to the fire. It is what it is. What can you do? What can you do? And who can you run to, as they say? But 3-5 isn't going to get it done. 61%, 219 yards, 13 touchdowns, but 11 turnovers, interceptions, fumbles. He missed the throw to Derrick Henry. I forgot on the first drive also. That probably would have been a big game. But it is what it is. I mean, that drive didn't really matter because they ended up scoring a touchdown. But those are the numbers. Those are the things you're going to see with Lamar. You're going to hear it in the media all week. Get ready for it. Get ready for the shitstorm that's coming. But let me know, Ravens flock, Flex Zone family. What do you want to see in the offseason? We got the Ravens offseason has officially started. They'll be cleaning out their lockers tomorrow. Black, hefty trash bags. Whatever they can fit in there. Martin Luther King Day, Inauguration Day. A new day for the USA and the same old day for the Ravens. The almost Ravens as they fall to the Bills. 27-25. Lamar Jackson 3-5 in the playoffs. No Zay Flowers, no Rashad Bateman on the last drive. Orchestrates 88-yard touchdown drive. I knew they were going to tie the game up. And I knew it was going to come down to that 2-point play. They call the play, they roll out, and that's pretty much that. From then on, you kind of see it's because definitely a guaranteed 2-point conversion. And I think if they would have went to overtime, I think they would have had the momentum. And I think they really could have won this game. But make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give it a nice stiff arm like Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry will be back next year as well. And hopefully you'll help these Zay Flowers. Make you guys go ahead and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Will Lamar Jackson ever win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens? As you can see there, Mark Andrews could have just went straight ahead and he tried to cut back and caused a big fumble. So trying to do too much pretty much dooms him. But his team is riding for war with him, but you can see the play here. Right in the breadbasket of Andrews. He drops it, bobbles it. And Bedlam in Buffalo and heartbreak in Baltimore as the Ravens fall in the playoffs. Don't even make it back to the AFC Championship game. But if you're new, subscribe. Leave us a like. Tackle that thumbs up. Go ahead and blitz that bell. For all content in the offseason and beyond, we'll get you ready with the offseason. Take a look at if Todd Monken is hired as a head coach, which I think will happen. Where does he go? And does T. Martin, or do they go from outside the organization? We know they love to hire from within. So we'll see there. Harbaugh is signed through next year at least. We know that. Does he get an extension? We'll see. And we'll see what Eric DeCosta and Steve Bisciotti and everybody else will say coming up, I'm sure, this week as they address the media, the fans, and the players with the end of the season press conference. Heartbreaking loss for the Ravens. And we even want to know, can Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens? He's only 28 years of age. A lot of comparisons to Peyton Manning and the Colts team, but I don't know. It's almost. And they seem so close, but yet so far away. Like I said, Mahomes, Allen, Stroud, Burrow in your own division, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, they're not going anywhere. The Chargers. So we shall see it. That young brother down in D.C., Jaden Daniels, into shabby himself. And Jalen Hurts, he wins as well. So we'll see what happens. But make sure you sound off. I want to come on here, vent a little bit, talk about how I feel. Like I say, can't put it all on Lamar, but Lamar deserves a big pot of the blame. If he doesn't turn the ball over, the Ravens probably win this game by at least a touchdown to 10 points. But subscribe if you're new. We're your home for Ravens content 24/7, 365. And your home for all your sports content. The Flex On Podcast. Throw your ones up, acknowledge us. Hit the like button, hit the bell, subscribe, comment, thoughts on the game, thoughts on Lamar. Can he win the Super Bowl? What needs to be done? Do they need another wide receiver? Does he need a better offensive coordinator? What do they need to do on this roster to get over the hump? I'm out of here, everybody. Thank you for watching. Ravens suffer a loss, but the question will remain, can he get over the hump and at least get to and win a Super Bowl? We'll see you in the offseason on the Flex On Podcast.